Dakota Rhodes with CobraCast, and we're here with.
Lauren Hatten from the Arkansas Diamonds, the general manager.
To get started, the team just rebranded from the Wise Guys to the Diamonds. In one sentence, what does that new name mean to you in the city of Hot Springs?
We really wanted to focus on some of the natural elements that Arkansas brings, and of course with our diamond mines and all of the natural beauty that we have, especially here around Hot Springs area and just a little bit outside of it. We wanted to really be able to brand that and show people outside of just the city limits of Hot Springs how beautiful it is here, and encourage people to come and and embrace our natural beauty around here.
Most people see the players, but you're the general manager. What is the single biggest challenge of of running a professional football team that fans never see?
There's a lot of things. I think it kind of depends on what time of the year we're at to talk about like the challenge. But if I was to sum it up, I would say the biggest challenge is just wanting to be able to prepare them for whatever the next step is. And I take that very seriously. I want them to be able to have the right equipment for their season. I want them to be able to have all the tools for them to be able to play at the level that they deserve. And these are elite athletes, and just being able to support that and helping them transition to whatever the next step is, whether it's trying to get to the NFL or if it's trying to become a coach, or whatever their next step is in life. I think that's the thing I really want to make sure that I'm doing the best.
How important is video and social media in making sure the Diamonds message actually reaches the fans?
I think it's huge. I don't know if you have a sports background. I don't know, what your affiliation is with it, and that's okay. But what's crazy is with good marketing and good social media, it's everything. That is what gets our tickets sold. That's what gets sponsorships for us. I think it is one of the most important things aside from the talent that we host. I would say that social media plays one of the biggest roles in that, and being able to kind of paint the picture of our story, our efforts, whether it's staff, team, whatever, down to tryouts, whatever it is, being able to show that picture when people can kind of buy into things more than just like, okay, we showed up and here's the game. And that's super fun. But being able to watch it and get to know these people on a deeper level, I think that that's so important. And the only way to do that is through social media, really.
Yeah.
So I think it's huge.
As a female leader in a male-dominated sport, what is the most important piece of advice you have for young women who want your job one day?
Being able to compartmentalize the criticism. You have to perform on a level, if my male counterpart, somebody in our league made a mistake, it's forgivable because they're young, or they're brand new or whatever. And I feel like as a female, I don't have that grace, and that's okay. I've embraced that, and I've learned to say, okay, I love that. I'm going to fuel that fire instead of being like, oh, they want me to fail, or, and for every negative I have 15 positives. So I don't want it to focus on that. But being able to compartmentalize those few things that are negative, because we do have that, I'm going to, and being able to say like, I hear you, you're wrong, but I hear what you're saying, and being able to show them without having to tell them, let your actions speak for you. You don't have to tell them all the things. You don't have to get in battles all the time. Just be you and stick to your guns, stick to what got you there in the first place, and let that kind of lead your path on that.
How can school districts like ours and students like us get involved with the Diamonds this upcoming season?
I mean, this is huge. This is a big part of it. I love this. When I was invited, I was like, oh my gosh, I love that. Things like this, volunteering at our stadium. We offer, where we can do, because I don't know what classes that you're in, but a lot of classes for like college prep, getting things ready, you have to do different volunteer hours. We're able to offer that at our stadium because we build our arena and we tear it down. So that's all opportunities. Media at the games, coming and taking pictures. We take interns like that, where you can work with our media team and doing things like that. But there's so many different things. We actually have a volunteer list that we just, collect throughout the off season and during season. If people are interested, we trade out, it could be hours or it could be tickets for the game, but we're always looking for volunteers. We try to keep our ticket prices low. And so by doing that, we run with really minimal staff and we really lean heavy on our volunteers. So, and y'all are the ones that teach us things on things because it's just moving so quick in media. And so seeing, I don't know what grade are you in? Are you 11th? Okay. So being a junior and having access to this is crazy, so this is amazing. And just like the support that you do have, I think that that's huge. And so we'd love to invite, you could come and sit down. We have media after the game. So like that would be a good opportunity where y'all could, ask questions and kind of show a little behind the scenes. So those are just different options. But
diamonds are made under pressure. Can you share one moment in your career where you had to show what that kind of diamond-like toughness to succeed?
I feel like daily. Like I said, we run with a small crew. That's intentional. We're very blessed because we have a great, our presenting sponsor is amazing. We work with Oaklawn. They're huge in our community, and so we're very blessed to have them as a backbone to our team. Our ownership program is huge. I know anytime if I have any kind of issue, whether it be, needing a supply or needing a piece of equipment or just needing advice, I have them to reach out to. But I will tell you, with my role as a female GM, prior to me, there was only about 6 of us reported in the arena leagues. That's across the history of arena football. Now, since I have been brought in, and I'm not saying it's me, but I'm just saying it's just cool how tides are turning. There have been a couple more added recently, but people they're not that accepting. So I would say my, way of like dealing with that and showing my diamond strength is embracing those things and taking that as a challenge and kind of facing that head on, and watching people change their opinions of me is my favorite part. Like, they might come in with she's just a bitchy blonde and all that, and that's okay, but I will outwork any man in that field. And that's why I got promoted to the way that I did, because I took those things and I tackled them head on. Not to like throw a football pun in there, but it did align. So
last question. If a high school student here wants to work in sports management, what is one skill they should start practicing today?
I would say the biggest thing is just saying yes. Never looking at something and saying that's not my job. No matter what you're doing, I don't care if your teacher said, hey, can you go straighten up that room? You go do it, and you do it the best you can, because all of these things make it applicable to what I do every day. There's times I'm lugging stinky equipment and it's not beautiful or glorious or any of that thing, but on the flip side, I get to be around people that are in the NFL and Heisman Trophy winners and Hall of Famers. There's the guts and the glory, and then there's the the grunt work. And just being okay with that and learning where you can on this platform, volunteering with your, equipment manager, or if you are on the team, like kind of leaning into what makes game day operations happen. I never thought of that. I come from a basketball background. I played all my life. I never thought about the referees and, orchestrating that, getting the statisticians, getting the game clock operator and the shot clock. All of that has been planned and orchestrated, and that's a big part of what I do. And so just start looking at it a little differently. Look at your ads in your gym, where are they set up? How did that happen? Just being inquisitive. I think that that's really going to help, taking on any task that comes your way, doing it with your full effort, and just asking questions and being a sponge. Don't be so busy being right. Just ask and learn from people, and I think that will help you to grow in any job, really, but for sure in sports. So,
well, that's it. Thank you for coming by.
Yes, thank you for having us. I appreciate you so much. So.